Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're just going to take a look at comparative clauses. So comparative clauses use what we call comparative adjectives and another word. Okay, just to review comparative adjectives, you guys should know this. As you can see here, this is the adjective smart, and when we are comparing two things or two people, we say smarter, right? In this case, it's because smart is a short word, so we just add er. The same thing with big. Big becomes bigger in this case because of the consonant vowel consonant ending. We just have to have double G here. That's why the spelling is B-I-G-G-E-R and becomes bigger. Right? So for short words, like you guys know, we just add er for the comparative. Right? For longer words, right, like talented, we say more talented, so we add more in front of the adjective. Same thing with expensive, more expensive. Okay, so think of another adjective that could be considered a long one. Okay, next guys, let's take a look at some examples. She is smarter than my sister or than her sister. Life gets more difficult when you get older. He is a lot thinner than the last time I saw him. So again guys, comparative, we're talking about two things. We're comparing them, right? In this case, she and her sister. Life gets more difficult when you get older. So we're comparing life when you're younger to life when you're older. And he is a lot thinner than the last time I saw him. We're comparing him now to him when I last saw him, so sometime in the past. Okay, so this is what we're focusing on today, comparative clauses, right? In particular, we're focusing on no, not any, and not that much. Okay, so let's start with no and not any. As you guys can see, they're used to limit the scale of comparison. So what does that actually mean? Let's take a look at the example. She is no smarter than her sister, right? In this case, her sister, right, if you take a look at the scale here that I drew for you guys, her sister is like the limit of intelligence, right? So she's no smarter. She can't be smarter than her sister. But we're trying to say that they're similar in intelligence, but she's not smarter than her sister, right? So she's no smarter than her sister. Here, the next example, we are not any happier than we were in Florida. So again, very similar to the previous example, our state of happiness in Florida is like our limit, right? So we're not any happier means that at this moment, it's like the same as Florida, right? It's not better than Florida. I feel, or we feel, like about the same. Okay, guys, just make sure you take a look at the structure, right? So no or not any comes before the comparative adjective. In the case of not that much, right, it's similar in its position. It comes right before the comparative adjective. So he is not that much older than she is. Okay. In this case, if we break down this example, this means that, for example, he is 11 years old and she is 10 years old. So he is not that much older than she is. Okay. Let's take a look at the final example. They are not that much more expensive than the others are. So if we break it down, for example, the prices of the shoes, $54. Prices of the others are $50. So $4 is not that much more expensive, right? So that's where we can use not that much more. So in this case, guys, we're just showing that there's a slight or very small difference, right? Very small difference. In the previous case, guys, we're showing that there's a limit, right? It's similar, but there's a limit, so it's not past that limit, right? And in this case, when we talk about not that much, we're showing that there is a difference, but it's very small.